Thank you for having us. My name is Kathy Slesnick. I'm here with two of my colleagues sitting over there, Ari Hamalian and Mark Gerner. We are part of Booz Allen's Strategic Innovation Group. We call this SIG. The SIG was formed about 3 years ago, and it's really meant to be kind of a think tank within the larger firm, a place to focus really just on innovation and ideation. The SIG is comprised of about 3,000 talented people within the firm. We also do strategic partnering with some of the top innovation leaders and leading industry people, so we have a lot of connections that way. We have three main focuses. The first on digital enterprise, building digital ecosystems. We also have a group that does analytics and data science. We actually have 500 data scientists within the SIG, and we do predictive intelligence. So it's not possible to get through everything the SIG does in 5 minutes, so I've brought 4 different capabilities to talk you through at the 30-second level, and I'm hoping in the networking we can hopefully talk to some of you in a bit more detail about some of these projects. The first thing to talk about is that our digital group creates platforms that bring data together and provide user-friendly access to that data. So we have a lot of examples of this, both internal and external. I've put a couple here. Internally, we have a product called Salesforce Exchange, and this is actually going to be up with a demo for people to play with if you want. It's basically a social data curation platform, and it's meant to bring together the data across your organization, regardless of location and file type. And it's set up with a lot of the same functionalities of Pinterest, if you guys know Pinterest. So you can group data, you can pull data you want, you can track data if you want to see if more data sets are updated. So that is, it was launched internally, it's actually rolling out externally tomorrow. Example of some of the external products we built, this one for the pediatric space, the DASH, the Data and Specimen Hub. This was built for NICHD, and they wanted a place to put their, to put data from sunsetted pediatric studies so that people could reuse those data. So this is a repository that it houses the digital data. It also has a catalog of specimens. If you're a researcher and you want data, you want to get data from previous studies, you can go here. It will direct you where those data lie and give you access to try to apply to get those data. Beyond just housing archive data, we also do support for clinical research. So Booz created and manages the Pediatric Heart Network. So this is a group of a couple dozen pediatric clinical sites pulling together images of heart images from patients. And so Booz manages the data, and we also do all of the de-identification and anonymization of the data, and that includes text cleaning and also going down to the pixel level on the images and taking out any PI that's in there. Another example is DART. This was for the American College of Radiology. This platform is meant to bring together data sets from different studies, so not just from the same study, for use together in a new study. And in addition to just housing the data, we also put in a lot of tools, statistical tools that the researchers can use, basic analysis tools, and also more advanced kind of machine learning tools. And this is kind of examples of what we do a lot, is bringing together data, doing analytics, or else giving people the ability to do their own analytics. Slightly different note, we've also done a lot of work more and more recently with wearable devices. There's something like 200, I think, was the last number I heard, about 200 different COTS medical wearable devices out there. They generate a lot of data. A lot of people want to use these data for research. There's 2 big stumbling blocks. One is getting IRB approval to do these types of studies. And also, you can't just get the data. You need context with that data to really interpret it correctly. So we have a project called Project Apollo that kind of overcomes some of those hurdles. So the platform is already approved for collecting and doing analytics on the data. And then in addition to just doing the platform, we actually help with the study and do interviews with the participants to get information about them to really put that context on there. So this is being used in clinical settings, ambulatory settings. It's going to be deployed in a military setting. An example here, we're partnering with a trauma center, and we have about 100 nurses that we've outfitted with these wearable devices, and they are wearing them for 6 weeks, 24/7, and we are going to, and in addition to the data, we're also interviewing them once a week. And so the idea is this center was interested in looking at how the nurses' health, how they're sleeping, how much activity they're getting, correlates with their propensity for committing medical and safety errors. So we're collecting all these data and just starting to do analysis for them. One other thing about this platform is, in addition to allowing us to do the analytics, it also has some kind of just more visual features. It sends participants auto-generated reports of how they're doing. It sends the study leaders auto-generated graphical reports, things to keep people interested and wanting to keep participating in the study. And then the last one I'll talk about is Booz does a lot of financial consulting. And so we've applied this to the health space. We have a suite of tools leading off with health cost. And this one estimates cost avoidance and return on investment for implementing disease prevention and quality improvements. And the original version of this was built for the CDC. Right now it's focused on doing cost avoidance for hypertension and diabetes for adults, but it was built to be pretty general, and we think it could be easily modified for use in the pediatric space with the right subject matter expertise. So that is just a very slim, high-level overview of some of the things we can do. There's 3 of us here, and we'd love to talk to you more during the networking.